Hello, hello, hello. All alone. Sorry for a little microphone. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, we're working. Cool. Just gotta send it into... Fucking hell, the amount of dust on my microphone, bro, it's insane. Absolutely insane. Just gotta send it into... Fucking hell, the amount of dust on my microphone, bro, it's insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, we finally gotten it up, which is good. Finally, the stream is up. 15 people in the lobby right now, which is not bad at all. I think I should put down my sound a little bit. I think that's a little bit better. Maybe a little bit higher actually. Just needed to put the main volume a little bit down. The rest can stay up. Alright, cool. We're ready. Now let's open up the stream on my phone so I can actually read the chat. There we are. Alright, so now people can start sending in chats if they want, because now I can actually see them. Alright, cool. So here we are then at Austria, which is the only qualifying session of the day, even though there's 2 races. With this format, the results of race 1 actually decide the grid of race 2. So you really want to perform good here in this qualifying, so you can get an advantage for probably both the races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 drivers. Which is not bad, not bad. I think Ralph is also coming, so that would be 16. Which is a decent grid. In Tier 1, the opinions were definitely divided quite equally between hating the format and loving it. I feel like there were some people that enjoyed it, but there were definitely also some people that... probably more, to be honest, more people that didn't like it whatsoever. I think it's a bit of an unfair advantage to those who win the first race, who are usually quite a lot quicker than the rest to have an automatic shot at also starting on pole in the second race. Let's see how that turns out in the Tier 2 race though. Let's watch as Xavi is the first one to do a lap. The reserve driver, but has attended every single race so far. Kieran May, what's up, bro? Whoop, whoop. Ready for some Kieran May action, ladies and gentlemen. Xavi taking his time warming up the tires. Of course, Austria, a very, very small track. The shortest distance of any F1 track. Or... I'm not actually quite sure about that. It's definitely the shortest time for a layout though. Of course the straights are very long, so you'll gain a lot of time there. Could actually be that Zandvoort is the shortest. I am not entirely sure. Maybe I'm just speaking absolutely zero F1 knowledge right now. Anyway, we watch with Xavi. Imagine doing quali. Yeah, real Sam. Oh, so if Ralph and Sam... Oh, wait, no, Sam is here. Imagine doing quali. Are you not doing quali, Sam? What the hell? Anyway, Xavi on his first lap into turn 1. Gotta take quite a lot of curb here. He doesn't do that, but it does seem to work out for him decently. He had a decent exit there in 4th gear. On to turn 3 there, as the little kink on the straight actually counts as a corner. He runs a little bit wide. That's gonna compromise his exit a lot. Up to turn 4 he goes. 30% ERS left. Some actually retires, so he's a man of his word. He's not gonna do qualifying. I'm not quite sure why. Through the high-speed corners of turn 6, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, big moment, and that is Xavi's lap pretty much ruined. Let's see what he can do in the final 2 corners, though. So difficult to get these right as he has another big slide through the final corner. It's not looking great for Xavi. Another slide. It's only gonna be a 105.8. Up next, Jens, who is going to be setting a 106.0 with Clutch setting a 105.0, the time to beat right now. But Ruffies does that with 4/10 difference. Well, closer to 3/10, but that doesn't matter. F1 fan cuts off his lap. Dodo up next. Can I reach him? Yes, I can. A 105.6, good enough for P3. But Ruffies with a very decent lap. Good banker for the Red Bull driver. As we now see Chris actually entering the pits on his first lap. Let's see what Richie can do up next, though. The man who reserved in JSR Tier 1, I think for the first time, invalidates his first lap. Let's see where he would have qualified. 103, 104. It would have been P2 for the Haas driver. Sadly enough, he invalidated. Kieran May enters the pits. Up next is Tweaky Scorp. No, he's on an outlap. Excuse me. A Mercedes. That's Yeet Boy and Dodo. Okay. So I'm pretty sure... Wait, why did Clutch do another lap? Oh well, I think it's gonna be Yeet Boy. No, it's... Whoa, I'm very confused right now. Tweaky. It is Tweaky Scorpion, the first person to set a lap next. Some retired because he thought he would be off the pace. Well, if that's the reason you retire, that is quite stupid, in my opinion. Just your own fault there, bro. Never retire because you think you're off the pace, man. Bloody hell. Now you're just gonna be caught up in all the times or all the traffic, bro. That is completely your own fault. Tweaky through the high-speed corners. He does seem to be setting a decent lap. A little bit wide through there. He might get a little bit of a slipstream of the V-carb. He does not decide to get it. Just stays on the racing line into the final few corners. Goes a little bit wide. Of course, taking the curb will gain you time, but it's also a huge risk of spinning out. So he's taking the safer option. Tweaky Scorpion into P3 with a 105.1. Up next, Yeet Boy. Of course, not surprising that he sets a purple Sector 1. The man that could be Tier 1 pace, but sadly enough, isn't able to drive those days. But actually, I think Alt is up next. Yes, he is. Excuse me. Alta already very low on ERS. He is deciding to take a little bit of slipstream with the McLaren. Won't matter as much, but it could always help a little bit, but he does invalidate. That is not ideal. So we watch along with Yeet Boy through the final few corners. He runs a little bit wide there. Oh wow, that is very wide by Yeet Boy. Lap stays valid though, and he goes into P2 somehow. That lap securing P2 for Yeet Boy. Tweaky Scorpion finally makes his way into the pit. I don't know why he stayed out for so long. Up next, Kieran May. The man, the myth, the legend. Very decent turn 4 there. It's looking like a decent lap for Kieran May. Of course, I've only watched a single corner of his, so I wouldn't know. But that corner did seem good. So it might be a good lap for Kieran May here. He sets a purple sector 2. And he does seem to have decent pace here at Austria. The man known for his lag. Let's hope that doesn't fuck him up today. A little bit wide through the penultimate corner. Is that going to cost him? He takes a lot of the inside curb. Somehow it stays valid. Kieran May on for pole position with a 1:04.4, which is now the time to beat. Alta invalidates. Up next. Is that you? Who is up next? A Haas. Richie taking a very interesting outlap. It is Richie up next. No, it's F1 fan up next, excuse me. Purple sector 2. Though we never know if that's a scam or not. Trying a last first now, trust. I better see that happen. Bit wide through the penultimate corner. The F2 seems to struggle with that corner quite a bit. F1 fan into P4 with a 1:04.9. So now Poker Park enters a lap, but the person up next is Richie. So we will be spectating the man in Haas. Sets a purple sector 2. Again, we don't know if that's a scam or not. Yellow in sector 2, the beginning of sector 2. There is a Ferrari standing still. That must be F1 fan. He's the only Ferrari driver on the grid. Richie seems to be the first person to not fuck up the penultimate corner, but he does fuck up the final corner. Richie up for P3, the man who is in decent form in F2, setting another very decent lap. Up next, Poker Park. Has a little bit to prove for V-Carb. He's not at the best of starts this season. The former F3 driver, of course, forced into the F2 as F3 shut down. He does get a decent penultimate corner. Can he get the last corner right? Yes, he can. Poker Park needs a decent lap. It's gonna be good enough for P8, a 1:05.4. Dodo up next, up towards the line. Is looking like a decent lap. 1:05.2, good enough for P8. He overtakes Poker Park. But now Ruffy's into P1 with a 1:04.3. There's a lot going on at the moment. Wow. That's Yeet Boy. Could be Jens. No, that's Richie. He already did his lap. Who is that car over there? Chris Games. Okay. So up next is Yeet. No. Up next is... No, Dodo did his lap. Holy shit, I'm confused. Kieran May's on his out. Okay, Tweaky Scorpion is up now. Oh! He spins it into the wall. The McLaren driver lost control of his car and spins it into the wall. As now, wow, the amount of traffic that's going on here. I'm in a loss of words. So much going on here. And I think the only one actually on a lap is Yeet Boy. Purple sector 2, he goes quicker by 0.3, but the traffic absolutely holding the Mercedes driver up. This is gonna be crazy. Is now the McLaren. Oh my god, that will probably be a penalty for Tweaky Scorpion. He would have not gone pole, but that's not very surprising with the amount of traffic he had. Yeet Boy getting very unlucky here on Austria today. He will most likely be reporting that incident. Not unfair at all. Kieran May is on an improvement though. Is the McLaren driver gonna get ahead of Ruffy's? Red Bull versus McLaren. Where have I seen this before? Kieran on a very good lap. If he doesn't fuck up the final sector, we know there's time in the penultimate corner. He will go to provisional pole. Oh, he spins it. And Yeet Boy is done. Well, not done for the session. He still has a lap. But That could have well and truly been pole position. As now up next is not Heat Boy. Doesn't surprise me. He got fucked. Alta is up next. Is he going to continue that lap? It seemed like he got a bit unlucky there, but he is continuing it. It's going to be P12. Clutch reels up. No, that was an out lap. Excuse me. Takes a very decent first corner. Sadly enough, he validates it. That was how you take it. But you gotta keep it on the track. As now Chris Games is up next. Very decent driver. Could surprise some people. 105.1. Good enough for P7. Big gaps in F2. Top 2 at the moment in an absolute league of their own. Richie, best Sector 1, by the way. Does that say something about your skill, or does that say something about your ERS management? we won't know. Jens on an improvement. The final sector so difficult to get right. Jens didn't seem to fuck it up too much. Where is he gonna go? The Haas driver goes into P11. It's a position improvement, but not that much. It's now the V-carbs. No. Maybe there's a slipstream gonna be given? Question mark, question mark. We will find out. Is Clutch Reel staying out? Yes, he is. There is tactic here in the V-carb garage. Though, what I'm a bit worried about is how far Poker Park is behind. Or is Richie going for another lap? That might... Or Clutch Reels, excuse me, not Richie. He is going for another lap. Poker Park invalidates. That is interesting by Clutch Reels. He is the only man on a lap at the moment. So we will definitely be... Actually, Tweaky just now started a lap. But we will be looking with Clutch. He goes 2 times faster. Would put him up into P4 for the moment. Can he find a little more time to put that V-carb possibly in the top 3? Through the high-speed corners. Goes a little bit wide on entry, but that does help with the exit a little bit. 3 times faster, but he invalidates. And you saw that coming, by the way. He entered the corner. Very unfortunate for the V-carb driver. He was on a decent lap. Yo, Misha, bro. Tweaky Scorpion on a lap. He's improving by a 10th. Would put him up into possibly P4 or P5. Depending if he can find some time in the final sector. He does take the penultimate corner quite decently. And the final corner as well. Where is Tweaky Scorpion gonna put his McLaren? It is going to be P4 like I expected. Very decent lap for the Mercedes driver. Up next, no, Kieran May is not on a lap. F1 fan is also not on a lap. Richie's not on a lap. Nobody takes the curb on the fast right hander. It seems it indeed does. Of course, it ups the risk of spinning out, but it is the faster way. Only person on a lap right now, Poker Park. The man with something to prove as the... Wow, the racing line gets blocked a little bit. Het is tier 2, Misha. Poker Park is not improving. It's not looking good for the V-carb driver. And he pits. He knows it's over. First driver up is Yeet Boy. Purple sector 2. We don't know if it's a scam or not. Is Yeet Boy gonna improve his time? He goes very wide again. It's not looking good. But he does take the final corner perfectly. Yeet Boy is going pole by 2 tenths. Dodo goes into P5. Decent Mercedes qualifying session. F1 fan is not up next, excuse me. Is that Richie? It is Richie. He is improving. Is it gonna improve his position though? That's the question. Does take a lot of curb there, which is how you want to take the corner. Richie up towards the line is going to not improve. Well, he improved his time, not his position. A Up next, Xavi. He's not improving. Is he pitting or is he staying out? He is staying out. Might do another lap. I am not quite sure. Up next, Caprizon is setting a lap from the pits. That is very interesting to see. Is there anyone on a lap? No, thought it was done. Chris is on a lap. 2 tenths up. Where is he gonna go? He is going P7 with a 1:04.8. Well, let's just watch along with Caprizon then, shall we? The man that won last... No. Yeah, he did win last race, I think. Because he was able to remove his penalty. The man in Red Bull. The man that was Tier 3 last season has been doing a very good job in Tier 2 this season. And this is looking like a very decent lap for Caprizon. He sets a purple sector 2. Again, we don't know if it's a scam or not. This has to be the lap for the Red Bull driver. Runs a little bit wide through the penultimate corner, but he does take the final corner quite decently. Caprizon up towards the line. P3 for the Red Bull driver. V-carb up next. Clutch wheels is in P9. Out of 4 tenths up on his time. Would put him P13. And he does go P12 actually. Bit better than expected. Roughies is done. Quite a beautiful way to quit your lap. Kieran May is done as well. He probably has P2 secured. Yeet Boy against Kieran May. We love to see it. Quite a close qualifying for pole position actually. And quite a decently realistic top 4, I feel like. Only person on the lap, Polka Park. Where is he gonna put his V-carb? It's a time improvement, not a position improvement. P11 for the Belgian. That's your qualifying done, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, Giles? How you doing, bro? Yeet Boy takes pole position. The Mercedes driver gets it done. Once again, because I think last race he also had pole position. No one in the O3s, which is surprising. I think he's gonna be mad that he didn't qualify now. But, well, I'll just do it after this then, so I don't stutter. There we go. Yeet Boy on pole position with a 1:04.1. Kieran also the only other driver in a 1:04.1. But it's not enough for pole position. Caprizon in P3, just in front of his Red Bull, who is in P4. A surprising Richie in P5, with F1 fan very close behind him. Only 3,000 separate the two drivers in P6. Dodo in P7, Tweaky Scorpion in P8, Clutch Wheels in P9, and Chris Games in P10. That is your top 10. Let's go to the race. There we are. 5 red lights. And we are underway here at Austria. Yeet Boy gets a decent start. Stays in front of Kieran May. It seems like the top 7, 8, 9, 10 possibly is all the same. Clutch wheels going completely off track. But there is a driver that didn't make it off the line, and it's Dodo. Didn't even make it into turn 1 before crashing, as now Caprizon and Ruffies are fighting over a position, the two Red Bull drivers. This is not what you want to see from your team. As now there is a crash, F1 fan is off the track. He loses a bit of positions. Some already gaining 4 places. Javi and some, the big winners, the big losers are Dodo and F1 fan. Ruffies overtaking his teammate for position. Don't know if the Red Bull team boss will be happy with that. But Ruffies will be. And now he's chasing down Kieran May for P2. So now there's already been a gap between the two Alpines. Yeah, wow. Richie and Jens already a penalty. And that's just on lap 1. I mean, Richie, the man of penalties. The one and only. We know him of the man of penalties. So it's not surprising, but it's a little bit worrying. That's what I should say. Oh, clutch reels and some. They collide, and that is a big incident for the Aston Martin and V-Carb drivers. So now Kieran May is closing in on Yeet Boy. Is he going to send it down the inside? He is going to stay behind. The wise decision. He does get a way better exit. Maybe he can line up a move into the next corner. He's not going to. He stays behind the Mercedes driver. He wants that DRS on the next straight. Who is that? Alta went slow. Had a bit of a moment. Javi getting very close to Tweaky Scorpion. He wants that position. So now actually Kieran gets past Yeet Boy. Is that DRS games from Yeet Boy on lap 2? I'm not sure, but it is a bit surprising if it was. Why would you play DRS games on lap 2? I don't know. He does go past here, and Ruffies tries to capitalize of that as well. Big moment for the two drivers. Some gets a penalty. Now Kieran could maybe be on for a move on Yeet Boy. Yes, he's going down the inside. He wants the DRS for the next straight though. He has it once again. As now, whoa! The two Red Bulls might have collided here. Caprizon and Ruffies had a moment, as now we see Richie in P3. Well, I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me or if this is actually true, but we are seeing a Haas in P3 right now. Ruffies trying to stay in the DRS of his teammate, who have not been playing the best of team games here. Red Bull will not be delighted whatsoever. Chris is trying to get past Richie. They have lost the DRS to the top 2. It's now a race for Yeet Boy and Kieran May to win. Chris already burned through his entire ERS. It's not what you love to see. Runs a little bit wide, and that's a penalty for... Actually, no, that's Clutch Reels getting a penalty. Didn't expect that. It happened at the exact moment that Chris went wide. So now Kieran is up into P1. Here, there's so many battles going on. Ruffies gets past his teammate. Is he gonna make it a double overtake? Yes, he is. He gets past Chris as well, and that is absolutely beautiful by the Red Bull driver. And he's now chasing down Richie, who is almost back in the DRS of the top 2. Quite surprising if you ask me. So now they're going too wide in. Wow. What a move around the outside of Caprizon, who is actually, I think, the only person that started on the hards. But that could be a problem if this is a safety car, but no. Javi keeps it out of the wall. Wow, Richie already has 6 seconds worth of penalties. He has now fully lost the DRS to the top 2, and this is just not what you love to see. So I'm trying to make up as much ground as possible after the crash he had with the driver he's chasing down. Is he going to be able to make the overtake into turn 3? He goes he has a bit of a moment. Don't think that will be an overtake. So now Kieran May, he is gonna send it around, down the inside. Yeet Boy tries to stick it around the outside, but Kieran May gets it done. And now Ruffys has actually led his train back into the top 2. Or, well, now a top 6 pretty much. That is surprising, but it is delighting for the rest of the drivers who clearly didn't have the pace to be there. Although maybe Richie is cooked because he is already out of the DRS again. Ruffy's absolute incredible pace, and yes, Richie is out of the DRS. And now it's a battle between Kieran, Yeet Boy and Ruffys for P1. A mere top 3 battle. So now I'm sure Capri-Sun will want to get past Richie, who's not been driving the greatest of races yet. He is already on a 6 seconds worth of penalties. I may hope for the strategy that Richie stays behind here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem. He does stay behind. Nothing for Capri-Sun to worry about. And now he needs to try to use those fresh hards to get close to the top 3. This is pretty much the top 2 just switching around position. Nothing Ruffys can do. All he can do is sit behind and hope that maybe he could give some DRS to his teammate. Although that's not looking likely. Doesn't seem like they've had the best of relationships. He does make it into the... Ooh, actually no. This might be a little bit of a problem for Capri-Sun. He doesn't quite make it into the DRS. Richie out of the DRS again from the car ahead. It's not looking great for him. He gets another penalty. Oh my god. Simply not so lovely. There's not much going on apart from the top 3 having a crazy battle. Ruffys actually gets past Yeet Boy. I kind of missed that. Ruffys might actually try and get past Kieran here. No. He's gonna capitalize on the DRS game. Kieran. Whoa! Kieran having a moment, and that might have given Ruffys damage. I hope it didn't for the Red Bull driver, because that would be very unfortunate. As now, Richie is in a clash with Chris, who has not been able to get past the Haas driver, even though he's not had the best of pace. He goes wide once again. Richie on a penalty fest. All he does is get penalties, it looks like, this race. Oh, he pushes Chris wide here. Chris will definitely want to get past him here. As now Ruffys enters the lead of the race. The man that won the first race is now up into P1. And his teammate finally back into the DRS. This could be good for Red Bull. They've gotten the Mercedes and McLaren sandwiched in a top 4 situation. Now Richie is still ahead. I'm kind of surprised by this, to be honest. Chris going down the inside of Richie. Whoa! Yeet Boy gets a penalty. That is not lovely for the man that's driving in P3. He will be definitely dropping down to P4. No matter what, unless he can get it removed. But on Austria, it's definitely possible that you get another warning. So now Yeet Boy is getting close to Kieran. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he is not. He does kind of hit him from behind. As now Capri-Sun could maybe capitalize from this. He's going to burn his battery. He has the fresher tires. Around the outside, the Red Bull driver goes. Does he make it stick? And wow, what an overtake by the Red Bull. But Yeet Boy keeps his nose in there. But Red Bull, or Capri-Sun in the Red Bull, gets it done. And that's a beautiful overtake by the man that's now in P3. So now Richie and Chris somehow still battling. F1 fan has gotten past them. And we still see these two battling. Richie actually enters the pits. That was a very close call between him and Richie. Yeet Boy also pits. It's now just the top 3. Maybe this could be very good for Red Bull. Is Ruffy's gonna try and help his teammate, who is pretty much his championship rival if you think about it. Well, they're both not first, but they are the only drivers that have won races, and they're both in a Red Bull. Thinking about it, they might be battling for the lead if they can overtake Kieran May. Red Bull against McLaren, against Red Bull. So now Yeet Boy has caught himself in a little bit of traffic. This could be very bad for the Mercedes driver. As now Capri-Sun actually overtakes Kieran, but the man on the hards, of course, can't pit just yet. He is gonna have to drive a very good race if he wants to get back in the top 3 fight later on when he does decide to pit. Yeet Boy and Chris, the only medium runners yet staying out. Clutch Wheel stays out. Yeet Boy chasing him down on those fresh hards. Alta stays out on mediums. Richie on hards, he already pit, and some on old mediums, if I'm not mistaken. Now well, he's not really chasing them down, is he? Sorry if I sound a little bit distracted from time to time. My team XR8, which Yeet Boy's part of, is driving in an important league event. So I'm kind of focused on that as well. As now Capri-Sun, whoa, what am I seeing? He pits from hards to mediums. That is a very interesting decision from the McLaren driver. So now Clutch also pits, which is not so surprising. But Capri-Sun enters back onto the track on mediums. I mean, do your thing, you know, but can't call me weird for finding that an interesting decision. He comes out just behind Kieran May, who has also lost the lead to the provisional top 2. So now Capri-Sun is going to try down the inside. He is on those fresh new mediums. Of course, they're a little bit cold, so he can't make use of the freshness just yet. Can they get back into the DRS? That is all they would need to all be in the contention of winning this first race and qualifying for the next race. Or deciding their qualifying position for the next race, is what I should be saying. Is now Richie is very close to the back of F1 fan. So now the top 2, well, the people that were top 2, of course not provisionally, because they had to pit, but they are in the pit. A bit of a weird way of putting that. Ruffys gets the fastest lap. The man who didn't seem to have the best of qualifying pace, he has amazing race pace. So now Yeet Boy might be considering of making a move back into the lead. Is he gonna play the DRS game? That's easy to do. No. Ruffys is the one that's deciding on doing that. That does help Capri-Sun a little bit on closing down the gap ever so slightly. It's only about a second now. Eight tenths they're looking at for the moment. And I think Capri-Sun has destined his place in the DRS. Yes, he has. He should be fine unless he makes a massive mistake through this corner. He does not. Capri-Sun is back into the DRS, and that is exactly what the Red Bull driver needed. Who is on fresh mediums. He's going to have to drive a bit of a long time on those tires. He sets the fastest lap as well. Kieran just about able to stay in the DRS as well. And whoa, yeet boy, big moment for the Mercedes driver. And now it's a Red Bull 1-2. Exactly what Capri-Sun and Ruffies are looking for. Are we going to see the Red Bulls battling for the lead? Capri-Sun has the DRS. He is staying in non-ERS mode though. He is saving up ERS. Kieran and Yeet Boy actually dropping out of the DRS. It looks like. Can he stay in it? He's been saving ERS, so he probably will have the pace to stay in the DRS. Although this 3-second penalty is not making things better. Chris Games now gets a penalty as well. Only a couple of drivers without a penalty. Well, I can tell you a driver that certainly doesn't have a penalty, and that's Richie. He is on 12 seconds. Clutch on 9. They are not looking very good for the moment. Is Capri-Sun going to make a move? No, he is not. He remembers that he is fighting his teammate. He goes down the inside now, gets the move done, and he takes the lead. The only two drivers that have won a race in F2 this season are now battling it out for the lead. Red Bull doing very good in F2, clearly. Yeet Boy again dropping out a little bit. He's been saving ERS. He's on 100% now. I don't know why he's still in non-ERS mode. Rich. Should I even call it out anymore? Guys, really? I don't think I do. Ruffies retakes the lead. And Richie was, I mean, he's gapped the cars behind him, but if he'd had like a 6-second penalty, you'd say, okay, it's possible, but yeah, maybe he should stop focusing on pace for once and maybe focus on keeping it on the track, because yeah, it's not looking very good for the for the Haas driver. Ruffies now sets the fastest lap. He retakes the fastest lap off of his teammate. They're fighting over everything at this point. Yeet Boy gets another penalty, and his chances at getting a podium are well and truly thrown away at this point. Capri-Sun now getting close to the back of the Red Bull. Is he going to be able to make a move? No, he is not. He stays behind. Oh, there is actually an incident. Tweaky Scorpion is off the track, and I think he might have spun it in turn 3. So now Dodo is getting close to the back of Sam. He is probably going to make a move here. He has a big slide though. Is he going to be able to still make the move? He's not using any ERS. But he has a DRS. Is he going to send one down the inside? No, he is not. Boring. No, I'm joking. So now Capri-Sun close to the back of Ruffies. He has more ERS. He is in a hot lap mode. Is he going to be able to make the move? No, he goes back into non-ERS mode. The man is deciding to play the long-term game. Maybe go for the winning move on the final lap. Sam gets another penalty. It's not looking good for that driver, who is already low on positioning. He's now also, well, not low on penalties. He's high on penalties, but he is, yeah, his race is on an all-time low, is what I probably should say. So now Dodo actually makes the move on the driver we were just talking about. Gets himself up into P12. And now Capri-Sun, I don't really understand why he is still using hot lap mode if he's gonna save up an ERS anyway on the straights. Doesn't seem like he's doing that right now. Is he gonna go for the move? Bit of a weird decision to make. No, he is not. Once again, back into non-ERS mode. Capri-Sun still chasing down his teammate. It's not like it will matter much. It's gonna stay like this anyway. Probably until the final lap. So we now see a battle for P5. Well, F15 probably already has P5, let's be real. Yeah. 15 seconds for Richie. It's just not amazing. Ooh, Kieran May got himself caught up in a little bit of a bad situation there. Now Kieran May is getting very close to Capri-Sun. He did just get a penalty, so it's pretty much a guaranteed Red Bull 1-2 if they can keep it on the track. Of course, Capri-Sun's tires are slowly dropping off. Kieran May gets very close to the back of Capri-Sun. Is he going to make a move? Capri-Sun parks his car in the middle of the track. Good defense by the Red Bull driver, who's doing everything he can to keep in the DRS of his teammate. Oh, whoa, Kieran May stuck it on the outside. I don't think Capri-Sun seen him, or he just had a moment. But Kieran May up into P2. Is this Ruffy's moment to drive away 7/10? I don't think he'll be able to do it. Doesn't seem highly likely. Capri-Sun now fallen out of the entire top 3. It's not looking good for the Red Bull driver. Of course. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Ruffy's has gotten a penalty. In honesty, Capri-Sun doesn't even have to make moves. If he keeps it inside of the lines, he will win this race. Unless one of the drivers can, of course, get their penalty removed, but this is quite surprising. All he needs to do is stay in the DRS of the cars ahead. But now, yeah, it's between Kieran May and Ruffy's for P2. Kieran May is quite close to the back of Ruffy's. Is it going to be close enough is the question. There might be a bit of trouble of Poker Park getting in their way. Has he given Ruffy's DRS? He has not. Capri-Sun getting so close to losing the DRS. Let's hope for him that he stays in there. Otherwise, he might be cooked for this one. Yeet Boy, yeah, he gets another penalty. And Yeet Boy knows that his chances of doing anything here are over. So now there is a yellow flag. Dodo has spun it. But now, Ruffys does get DRS, and that will massively help him. And you know what else is massive? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so terribly sorry. I should never do that again. Absolutely never. Anyway, Capri-Sun needs Yeet Boy to pick up the pace if he wants the win. Yeet Boy, he's fine now. Polka Park not getting out of the way. That is interesting by the V-Carb driver. Yes, he's ghosted, but I think the rules state that you have to get out of the way. And clearly it might be affecting Yeet Boy a little bit. Actually, is he... Oh, he disconnected. Yeah. Or did he? No, he didn't. AIs can't get track limit warnings. So Polka Park getting a 3-second penalty, not like it will matter. I'm just a bit confused. For now, he's definitely helping Capri-Sun by keeping Capri-Sun in the DRS. Is he gonna be able to catch back up to the top 3 on those old mediums? For now, it looks like he's gonna get the win, but that could easily change if he doesn't get the DRS that he so badly needs. .2, 1.7, 2.1. The gap towards the lead right now. Actually, we can check that. 2.6 towards the leader. If Kieran May decides to attack Ruffys, it could easily be that Capri-Sun gets the win. But at the moment, these two could be potentially fighting for the win. Yeah, Kieran May gets the DRS. That will help him massively. Kieran May with the DRS. Ruffys and Kieran May both absolutely using everything. He tries to do it around the outside. He could have easily sent one down the inside there. Pretty much Ruffys' race to win at this point. But if Capri-Sun has the pace, no, it's not looking likely. He's out of the 3 seconds. Unless Ruffys makes a massive mistake, the win goes to him. Kieran May gets another penalty, and now it's decided that it's a Red Bull 1-2. But the winner of this race is Ruffys F1. He won the first race, he couldn't drive the second race, but now, for the double header, he wins the first race. That's a very good performance by the Red Bull driver. A 1-2 for them. Absolute amazing performance. F1 fan finishes in, well, he hasn't finished yet, 20 seconds towards the leader. Absolutely insane. He finished in P5, Chris in P6, Clutch Wheels in P7, Tweaky in P8. Richie disqualified for too many wardings. That's crazy. Tweaky goes up into P7 because Clutch has a bigger penalty. Jens finishes in P9. Does he keep P9? No, he doesn't. Alta in P9. Jens P10. Dodo now up next to finish the first non-points finisher. Here we have the results. Ruffys finishes in P1 with Capri-Sun in P2. Red Bull 1-2. Beautiful job for them. Kirame in P3 finishes off the podium. Yeetbo, he started on pole, finishes in P4. And this is quite surprising. Ruffy started P4, finishes P1. Caprison started P3, finishes P2. Kirame started P2, finishes P3. And Yeetboy on pole finishes P5. Complete reversed in the race. F1 Fine finishes in P5. Chris in P6. Tweaky Scorpion P7. Clutcher was P8. And Alta P9. Jens P10. Dodo P11. Sam P12. Pokepark P13, Xavi P14, no DNFs, but there is a DSQ, and that is Richie. We've just been told by Yeetboy that he has no force feedback. That could be the reason that he has not been driving so good. Let's get the race director in for, well, people that might forget and need it. Are we gonna make it before the end? Yes, we are. There we go. Yeetboy needs an invite. I'm just saving on my voice right now for people that are wondering why I'm quiet, so I can actually commentate an entire Monza race. Damn, the stream is behind 20 seconds. That's kind of crazy. Turn 1 will indeed be horrid. Anyway, the grid has been made. The people are choosing their strategies and hopefully for them choosing their setups. I can't really warn them right now because the stream is delayed 20 seconds. Just to remind you of the top 5 on the grid. Ruffies will be starting in P1 with Caprizon in P2. Kieran May starting in P3 with Yeetboy in P4. And F1 Fan will start in P5. If Ruffies can win this race, he will have won an impressive 3 consecutive wins. It shouldn't be 3 consecutive because he didn't drive the second race. So it's just consecutive based on his races that he's driven. But now we are underway on Monza. Let's see the chaos that will unfold into turn 1. We see F1 finally getting a good start. Chris also wants a bit of that. Whoa, he brakes very early. Whoa, Kieran May gets sent in. Yeah, he has to do that. And he still gets a 3-second penalty. He will probably be able to remove it, but he does lose 7 positions. Well, starting from P6, that's only, or starting from P3, that's only 7 positions. No, 5 positions. My math is not mathing right now, as there is an Alpine standing still. That is Xavi. That is very unfortunate for the Alpine. Now Ruffies has already gapped his teammate by a little bit, who again is probably the only person starting on hards. I don't understand why. No, there's quite a lot more people that are starting on hards. Can't really remember. Kieran May, wow, already 3-second penalty again. So yeah, he is already not looking good for the McLaren driver. What I did notice on Monza was that the harder tires are usually better to start on, or at least especially comparing the mediums to the softs. Softs dropped off rapidly. So let's see if the mediums drop off compared to the hards rapidly. So we now see Kieran May losing more positions. He is not having the best of races. So now actually F1 Fan is past Yeetboy, who's not having the best of pace. He is out of the DRS. And him deciding to start on the hards isn't paying off. Because the DRS, of course, oh so important to have. Caprizon on hards does have DRS. And he will be looking to make good use of it. Yeetboy cuts the entire corner there. That will definitely be a warning. Well, cutting it is a big word. It's pretty much more track limits. Kieran May gets back some positions. Whoa! I don't know what happened there in the background because the track is black. But yeah, it literally is black. Because Poker Park ran very wide. F1 Fan is setting the fastest lap. He has good pace around Monza. Will Caprizon try and make a move on his teammate? No, he stays behind. So does F1 Fan. Nothing doing for the Ferrari driver. Now Tweaky Scorpion moves up into P5. Chris Games is still there. Through goes Dodo. No, he doesn't. He does make the move on Tweaky Scorpion. Actually, Dodo might actually go with through goes Hamilton, as he has the overspeed. He has the inside line, and he gets the move done. And now Alta also decides to go for a move on Tweaky Scorpion, who completely gets pushed off the track, losing 2 positions. And McLaren is not having a very good day around Monza. You can tell me that. Or I can tell you that. Proper English here by your lovely commentator. Of course, Capri-Sun is very good on track limits. That's something we should definitely point out. So now, is that was some losing positions. And he stays in first gear. He just lets that... What's going on here? He lets two people pass for whatever reason. Now Capri-Sun is getting close to his teammate. Is he going to make the move? He pulls towards the inside. It's probably just to defend from the F1 fan. Yes, it is. Some and Alta already pitting. Some retires. Alta does keep going. He goes to... he has a penalty. 10 seconds. Probably. Or 5. Could be. Can Yeetboy use his hard tires to get back into the top 3 now? The drop-off point on a 35% race should be around... What is it? Around lap 5, maybe? Could be. What I'm trying to say is... Yeetboy's tires should be activating soon. Same for Capri-Sun. Although F1 fan is not having any of that. He has the overspeed. He has the outside line. Is he going to be able to make the move? Capri-Sun decides to let him have it. Maybe go for an attack on his teammate. 7/10 the gap. Of course, that will be made up for quickly on Monza. One of the longer straights on the calendar. And definitely the most iconic one. Maybe tied with Mexico. Also has a very iconic main straight. Or Las Vegas, of course, the strip. We have a 4-car battle for P5 here. Is Dodo gonna make a move? No, he is not. Poker Park in the wall. I mean... He's a man of dedication. You can tell him that. I mean... He's not having the best of seasons in JSR, in Tier 2. Doesn't seem like he has the pace for that. But the dedication is real. Doesn't matter what happens. He stays loyal to JSR. And I respect it, to be honest. Now F1 fan is very close to Ruffy's. Can he get a move going? The answer is yes. He's gonna pull towards the inside, not staying behind. Not doing what Capri-Sun did for a while. Ruffy's is not having any of it though. He goes around the outside. Now... F1 fan with a switchback trying to get it done, but he can't. I accidentally touched someone making him spin, so I let him back pass, then retire. Oh. Damn, son, bro. That's unfortunate. Whoa. Big battle here. Tuki Scorpion moves up into P6. Chris Games actually lets 2 people by. Must have had a bit of a moment there. Switchback of F1 fan didn't work into turn 2. Can he make the move here? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. Gonna wait for the main straight, which is usually the strat, of course, to do. Ooh, big snap, and he gets a penalty. Yeetboy getting very close to the top 3. This would be ideal for Capri-Sun, as of course the hard runners, usually the reason you do a hard strat is to stay with someone. There's a DNF and that is a safety car. And F1 fan gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Capri-Sun has to Double stack. That might give Yeetboy the position. Yes, it does. Two people stay out. Clutch Wheels and Chris Games. Interesting strat. They're both are now sorry. Clutch Wheels is kind of understandable. He's on hards, but Chris on medium staying out is interesting. It's not like he's helping a teammate or something doing this. That teammate of his is in P14. Who are going to profit off of this is the question. Is it going to be Yeetboy and Capri-Sun, or is it going to be F1 Fan and Ruffies? Safety car in his lap. I was a bit distracted. Chris Games, horrible restart. Pretty much just giving Clutch Wheels a chance to make a move. Pulls towards the inside and probably gets it done. Yes, he does. Chris Games tries to stay. Oh, they make contact. Oh, there goes F1 Fan. That is not ideal for the Ferrari driver. He spins it. And now Ruffies with two, well, you could call them back markers behind him, is definitely on for the win here. Look at the gap he's already pulling. 6/10. Caprizon trying to make a move as soon as possible. You just can't do. Wait a second. Yeet Boy also lost positions. What's going on here? Is Dodo on new tires? No way. Yes, he is. Dodo is on for P3 at the moment. Chris Games somehow kind of keeping up with Ruffies. He might have just lost it there. 7/10 the gap. And just Slipstream without ERS is not as strong as Slipstream with ERS. Don't think Chris Games understand the point of ERS management quite a lot, and Clutch Reels clearly does. Together with Caprizon, actually, he pulls towards the inside. Caprizon gets a double overtake done. Beautiful by the Red Bull driver, and now he is chasing down his teammate. Of course, on new mediums, usually the tire you want to be on. Don't think Clutch Reels seems a point in overtaking for the moment. Once again, Red Bulls on for a 1-2 and on for a battle for the lead. And once again, on two different tires. So a lot of things that are equal to last race, apart from the fact that Yeet Boy and Kieran are gone, actually F1 fan as well, from the top 5. Once again, I'm distracted, guys. A bit difficult to keep full focus on a 70% total race. Don't even think that I will be commentating the 100% race. Unless I get paid, I might consider it. The Red Bulls have absolutely driven away. Is Caprizon gonna be going for an overtake? Yeet Boy sets the fastest lap of the race. Wow. He has some pace in storage. And once again, we see a double overtake done. The Mercedes Clutch Reels still going. Even though he's on older tires, he's like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna be battling until I die. Yeet Boy does get a penalty now, though. So once again, his chances at a 1-2, or a top 2, sorry, are gone. Even if he had the pace. In my opinion, if I was Caprizon, I would be going for the lead. Those tires are going to be dropping off massively once again. Pretty much the same situation like last race. They're on similar ERS. big battle going on actually at the back. F1 fan getting close to Alta. Alta's having none of it. Is he going to send it down the inside? Yeah, this is not a corner. You can do it. They make on. Whoa! What the hell happened there? Bit unfortunate that I can't clip that shit, but that was interesting to say the least. Completely slowed down there. Might be indicating that Capri-Sun is on 2 warnings. Still going in non-ERS mode. I'm surprised by Capri-Sun's ERS management. All he needs to do right now is focus on staying with roughies in the DRS. And taking corners like that is not how you do it. Capri-Sun could be in a bad situation right now. He does manage to stay in though. It's all good. Roughies runs a little bit wide as well. Will definitely help Capri-Sun staying with him. 9/10 the gap. Capri-Sun does have the DRS. And that's exactly what he needs to stay with the other Red Bull driver of Roughies. Boy, a 10-second time penalty. He retires. That is interesting to see. So right now, Kieran May, even though he has those penalties, he's gotten himself back up to P3. And on track for the moment, it's looking the exact same as last race. At least the top 3, which is quite crazy to see in my opinion. I think at this point, Capri-Sun could be doomed. It's not like Roughies is helping him either. Ooh, F1 fan. Oh! This shakes things up for sure. F1 fan retires in the same place that the last person retired. And now... Wow, okay. Ooh, just about Capri-Sun keeps his P2, even though he had the double stack. This is crazy to see. Are we gonna have a 1 or 2 lap shootout for the race win? Absolute madness on your screen right now. at the moment, it's looking like we're gonna get a 2-lap shootout. Quite crazy to see. And I'm quite excited for it. Even though my voice is kind of gone at the moment. Only person that has to show up is Xavi. Of course, you want to try to do that without burning your tires too much, but at this point, you just have to go for it. Weaving will definitely not help the cause. That's only to warm up your tires. And this is dirty. This will probably get a penalty if he doesn't, if he keeps this up. He does... Nope. Okay, he does. He makes it. Safety car in this lap. We're gonna get 2 laps of racing action. Red Bull against Red Bull for probably the championship lead. Caprison won 1 race, Ruffy's won 1 race. They both weren't able to drive the other race. Ruffy's finished P1 in Austria. Caprison finished P2 in Austria. If Caprison wins and Ruffy's finishes P2, it's gonna be on fastest laps for who gets the championship lead. This is what you want to see. When is Ruffy's gonna go? The 2 tier 3 matadors or whatever are now fighting towards the finish line. Similar ERS as well. P2 for the moment is the place you want to be in. Even I'm kind of nerved out. The nerves are growing. Red Bull against Red Bull. Ruffy's against Caprison. They're on similar ERS. It's just going to be based on driving skills now. They're on similar ERS, similar tires. But one of them will have the DRS. And that is the defining factor in this race. Actually, thinking back, there won't be any DRS on the main straight. There will only be DRS on the second straight. Because the DRS detection zone is before the finish line. No DRS for Caprison. He's gonna have to do it with ERS. But at the moment, Ruffy's has way more ERS than him. Is he gonna go for it now, or is he gonna wait until the second straight? He is waiting it out until the second straight, trying to save as much ERS as possible. But now, the tides have turned. Ruffy's with less ERS than Caprison. The nerves are probably playing a part in the two drivers. No ERS management through the chicane for neither drivers, to be honest. Bit of a snap for Caprison. Is the DRS gonna be enough to get him the lead of the race? It's probably not going to be. Why is he not in the slipstream? There's one more place he can do it, and it has to be right here, right now. Up towards the line. Who's gonna take it? It is going to be Ruffy's. He takes his third win of the season, his third consecutive one of the races he's driven. Big gap, to be honest. Didn't expect that from a 2-lap race. But what a final lap showdown we've had. Here we have the result. Ruffy's wins his second race of the day in the double header. Capri-Sun finishes P2. Alta in P3, who started in P9. Absolute amazing performance for the Williams driver. Clutcher is in P4. Kirame P5 with a chance of getting rid of his penalty, to be honest. Dodo P6, Chris P7, Poker Park P8 with his best result of the season. Xavi P9 and Tweaky Scorpion P10. Another Red Bull 1-2. And it was a very good double header for them. And now on to the break we go. And I can use a break. Jesus Christ. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year.